You operate on a very high frequency. You're moving so fast you appear to be still.
Good evening, disc golfers, and welcome to the 19th hole. I am your host, Eddie Wooders, and alongside me, Mike Dunn.
Hello, disc golfers.
You guys noticed we got a third face in the screen tonight.
Where?
Very recognizable
Where?
in the dynamic disc and Ponderosa Retreat and Conference Center world. This is none other than Marcus Rawls. Marcus, welcome to the show.
Woo!
Good to see you. So awesome to have Marcus with us tonight. We are going to be speaking to him in just a few minutes about what is new at Ponderosa, and there are a lot of new things happening. You're taking it to the next level.
Next level.
You're going to
just like Fly Green.
Yeah, baby.
That
Next
is
level,
no,
baby.
That is no doubt.
Woo-hoo.
We want to remind everybody right now, if you're watching the show, if you're on Marcus's page or on Mike's Fly Green page, if you guys want to participate in the giveaways, thank you, and the raffles and the questions, what page do they need to be actually watching, Marcus?
The 19th hole with who?
Eddie and Mike.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we're monitoring. That's where we'll follow the timeline on who answers first, and we can pick an accurate winner. So please, guys, make sure you go to that page and follow it. Also, last episode was our first one of season 3. We were just trying to figure out some of the technical things. So,
hopefully you actually can read what we put on the page tonight.
right, absolutely. And so, with that being said, our winners of each week's contest will actually be announced the following week. So for this week's contest, the winner will be announced at next Monday's show so that we can go back and properly look at timestamps on correct answers.
We had a little bit of a, I guess, a challenging issue last week.
It wasn't bad though, because we had 2 winners.
Yeah, so we just
Right?
decided to give them both a belt. I mean,
So
what the hell?
congrats to Jamie Mustard and Dave Franks. Both got Fly Green belts, which are awesome, and I haven't managed to be able to walk out with one of those yet.
Rocking
But
one right now.
I'm pretty sure that Mike will turn his back tonight. I'm going to give you at least 2 of those colors, you know what I mean?
I got Marcus here.
So let's jump into On the Green. Right, that's our local news here in Colorado about disc golf, and Mike, St. Patty's Day.
Holy
Right.
cow.
We
You know what? I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but blowout, within minutes, we had something like an 80, 90 person waiting list.
It was insane. All right, so it sold out at 114 people, and then 7 minutes in, something like what Mike said, the wait list was 80, 90 deep. So what the tournament director John Booth decided to do, he went to what is that?
Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah, the Ultra disc golf course up at the Anheuser-Busch.
Which is rad, by the way.
And he picked up a second course. And all those people that were sitting on the wait list, Mike, just kind of bummed out because, again, we talked about it. Selling out so fast this year.
It's unexpected for Colorado disc golf.
He catered.
Events sell out, but not typically within minutes.
And you don't get a wait
of the
list that
time
big. That doesn't happen. The wait list was the most
I think what's
unexpected thing.
I think what's key here is that we're seeing change, we're seeing evolution, and we're seeing people making change based on what's happening.
Yeah.
And this is exciting. So to see a TD go out, get another course, kudos.
Amazing.
I'm shooting out major kudos.
That's absolutely. John Booth, if you're watching or if you get tagged in this, we from 19th hole, and I'm sure I speak for Marcus Rawls here when we say congratulations on doing exactly what the disc golfers wanted. They picked up the second course. Now they're catering to 200.
How many?
200
total players?
200. This is a B-tier event, and it's March 13th through the 14th. You're going to play at Dora Park there in Fort Collins, a great park course that competes, in my mind, as far as the beauty of the course and the way the grass plays. It's very Pueblo It's
How scenic of you, Eddie.
great course, and you're going to Ultra. So
I mean, so I got just one question. I mean, do they get free beer?
I honestly think that Budweiser is doing some sort of deal for the players. So
I mean,
Kim and I have actually played it. Absolutely, because it's
oh.
sanctioned. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you. Kim and I have played up there. The facility is very reciprocating to disc golfers, so they'll have a great time. It's very scenic. There's the Clydesdales right next to hole 1. You see
Saw him yesterday.
Marcus played there yesterday. Isn't it an awesome course?
It's an awesome
Marcus,
course.
what's a highlight or two, real quick, in just 30 seconds of that course? Of like, do you recall anything that stood out?
So it has the AstroTurf tees. Very nice, very clean. I
Grippy.
would say, I would say the back 9 is definitely Pueblo-esque.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Scenic and
Absolutely.
some
The
awesome
garden around the
holes.
first couple holes of the
Very
flower
cool.
garden. Isn't
Very
that
cool.
cool?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's a
Great
great
course.
course. It's not open to the public right now. It's open for events, and obviously, if you're playing that event, I think they have practice days. But from what I understand and what I've read, Mike, they are going to open it to the public sometime soon.
That's awesome.
That date's just not been determined.
We look forward to that.
Absolutely. Now, this is huge. All right, so I called John Kreitzer, or Josh Kreitzer today. Okay, and I spoke with him for a while about the Ice Bowl. Because this Ice Bowl works in conjunction with Winter Warriors. All these proceeds go to Food Bank of the Rockies. And just on the Ice Bowl, they raised between $10,000 and $11,000 on that one event. And that event had 124 players, and it was at Adams Hollow.
I love it.
Now I want you to stop and think about that. Anybody who's watching, okay, Marcus, one event, one day, 124 players, between $10,000 and $11,000 made for the Food Bank of the Rockies. Okay, and I'll give you the number on the total Winter Warriors here in a minute after we talk about it, because there's some really cool things that happened at this Ice Bowl this year. Ellen Widboom was a huge donor. Huge donor. Mitch Sonderfan got a mini ace on over 100-foot hole. Okay, with no line to it. You had to go through this tiny hole. I was talking to Josh, and just hearing the excitement of this mini ace, you'd think this would be the biggest news. And it almost
was the
is.
funnest.
It was the funnest. But I got a call back as soon as I got off the phone with Josh. He called me right back and he was like, I can't believe I forgot this. Eagle went down to the Discmania factory.
Right.
And he got a triple, he took a Iron Samurai and triple stamped it. And then donated it for an auction. And Eagle was able to bring in $3,000 on one disc. So
That's insane.
first off, huge shout out to Josh for running this event. Second off, thank you Discmania for sponsoring what is arguably the best disc golfer in disc golf right now, Eagle McMahon. Huge shout out from your home state, Colorado. We love you, brother. And thirdly, whoever paid $3,000 for that disc obviously knew that they were doing it for a donating cause,
Yeah,
and
it's
that
amazing.
person,
That
who
kid.
I don't know,
Probably
deserves
a hardcore disc
a
golfer.
really big shout out. So congratulations.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Mike,
yeah.
you got your notes. You want to tell us how much actually was raised all the way through?
I mean, between all of the
Winter
events,
Warriors.
yeah, Winter Warriors,
and Ice Bowl.
$23,000. $23,000.
That's Colorado right there, baby.
I mean,
That's
think
awesome.
about that. I can remember back a couple of years ago when the whole season they made $10,000
Yeah.
or something. So
This,
to do
and
that
this
a
goes
couple
deeper
events.
than Josh. Josh, trust me, you do a great job. We love you so much. Mitch, I've seen you raffle off a bunch of stuff and doing different things for this, but to all those people behind the scenes and all the players that make it every single week, that donate and do your thing, thank you very, very much. From Colorado, from Mile High, from the 19th hole, thank you for everything you guys do
Appreciate
every single year. That's amazing what you did.
It just shows what great people disc golfers are, Eddie. I mean, these amazing group of people, whether it's Colorado or anywhere else in the world.
We're making moves, man. Disc golf is stepping up, and I mean, honestly, that deal that Paul just got, That's only going to up this game so much more with sponsors. I mean,
Love it.
we're going to
Love
get
it.
AT&T here pretty soon, you know, and Marcus is going to be sitting here, and we're going to have to pay him because he's going to have John
Oh,
Deere out here in his
man.
tournament. But speaking of Marcus Rawls,
Let's get into it.
this is Marcus Rawls, guys, from Ponderosa Retreat and Conference Center. If you haven't played the course, it's amazing. 20 holes?
20 holes normally. Yeah.
20 amazing holes is what you're supposed to say. Mike and I went out and played, when was the last time we played there, Mike?
Oh gosh, it was last year.
Last year? I think I was like 4 down. Mike got me at like 8 down. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, that was about right. Something
Yeah.
like that.
It's a great course, guys. Come on, Marcus. Hold us together, buddy.
Exactly.
Hold it together. Introduce yourself. Tell them who you are.
Yeah, so Marcus Rawls. Hey, Eddie and Mike, thanks for having me tonight.
Of course.
Ponderosa Retreat and Conference Center, yeah, I've been down there about 14 years. And, man, if one thing I can say, in the Ice Bowl is a representation of that. Just the disc golf family, not only here in Colorado, but really nationwide, worldwide, is just an awesome, great group of people. And so, man, I'm just, really, it's our pleasure to be part of it.
Absolutely, man. We are definitely happy to have you and Ponderosa as a part of our disc golf community because it is a fantastic course. And the atmosphere at Ponderosa is it's very welcoming. It really is. There's a nice little pro shop in there, branded product. Get you one of these nice Ponderosa
yeah.
hats that Marcus
Oh,
is
yeah.
wearing.
We were just
But-
talking about that. You got all kinds of great gear in the shop now too, from disc and all kinds of Ponderosa
Stamp anything.
products too, from hats and jackets
Hoodies,
and
you name it.
hoodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Marcus, give us a little bit of background with you and Dynamic Disc, and then we're going to get into your history of disc golf and
Sure.
move forward. So tell us
You've heard of Dynamic Disc before,
Yeah,
right?
what is
Just a little
Dynamic
bit,
Disc
just a
to you?
little bit. It extends to that disc golf family. So, man, I was introduced to Dynamic through Doug Bjerkes, who I believe you had on the show last week. Yeah, so
What's up, Doug?
Introduced to Dynamic, got to go out to GBO several years ago, and man, just fell in love with that crew out there and got to know those guys. And was the next year was welcome to the team in 2017. So.
Well, they picked a pretty good representative of the sport.
represent the team.
I mean, for sure. Marcus, all right, let's get into Ponderosa. But first, when did you first throw a disc?
You know, you asked me.
Like-
You asked me that question earlier, and I believe it was somewhere around 2000.
Okay.
I picked up a set of discs. I don't know, like Gart Brothers back in the day. Mike, you'll remember that.
Where did you play at? Do you remember your first round?
Yeah, so I played. I guess the Blair Witch or Lower Badlands or
the old Blair Witch.
Yeah, and it caught, that little pond right there caught for like your first disc. And I was like, man, I can't throw these things, so. So that was probably the first time.
All right, and then you were kind of hooked, obviously.
Absolutely.
So when was the first round? The first round, not including the redesign, but when was the first time you threw the round at Ponderosa?
Yeah, so Eddie, when I got there in 2007, we had 9 in-step baskets that they had bought on the cheap from, probably Costco or whatever. You could get those, and I would say the first round of 9 was probably back in 2007, the fall of 2007.
And then you guys did the redesign.
Yeah, the redesign. So in 2015, most of you might know, golly, his name just escaped me, Gary, can't think of it. Yeah, my buddy Gary came down for a retreat, and he said, Marcus, this is a tremendous piece of property, and you could have something special here. So in 2015, we put in the new baskets.
And so sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
what baskets did you go with?
We went with the Prodigy. Dynamic had not come out with the Veterans yet.
Gotcha.
And so we went with the Prodigy.
Those are great
and-
baskets.
Yeah, they are great. Get a little bit of flack, but man, you've got to really stick them in there. And
Man, how does
and they're great
Dynamic
baskets.
feel about that, I guess?
Well, I keep telling Rusco, man, I would gladly take a pair of Veterans, but
Yeah,
I haven't
well-
scored that deal yet.
So 20 holes in 2015
Yeah.
got put in with the Prodigies, and I
Yeah.
actually remember that.
Yep.
Because I actually did like those baskets. I'm colorblind, but those neon key lime baskets, they stuck out to
They
me. So
stand out.
That's one of the things that I liked. And you guys ran a tournament that year as well.
We did, we did,
2015. That was
yes.
the first tournament.
We did.
At
Yeah,
Ponderosa.
we ran a little trilogy challenge, and man, had great response, and that was kind of just our first opportunity. We really wanted to just weigh it out to say, hey,
Does
how
this
would
work?
Yeah, how would tournaments really feel in this kind of environment?
Right.
Obviously, we can't have other things going on during tournaments, but
Yeah,
man,
and to touch on that, Ponderosa Retreat Conference Center is, correct me if I'm wrong, it's sort of, or it is a Christian-based
It is, yeah.
camp.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of children come out here. So when you play this course, you can't have alcohol, tobacco. Even though we're in Colorado, there's no marijuana, there's no drug use. It's you have to come out
Substance-free. Yep.
substance free. You just come out and respect the rules. And I asked you this question earlier too, and this is what really touched me and made me feel good. As I asked you, how many people have you had to remove from the course for breaking those rules? Zero.
Yeah, zero. There's only been one time last year that I even got wind of something kind of malicious going on. But other than that, I'd see 99.9%
awesome.
of the people have been very respectful.
Absolutely.
And the other deal, Eddie and Mike, very thankful to have an opportunity to play our course.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, anytime you open a tournament, it sells out quick.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
So Marcus, how do Colorado players get an opportunity to play disc golf at Ponderosa? It's private. There are tournaments. Are there other opportunities for disc
Yeah,
golfers
what's going on down there?
Well, we do have some more opportunities. So most of you know we run Line in the Pines. So in 2016, we started with Line in the Pines,
Yeah.
and that is May 15th and 16th. We are adding another tournament May 31, and that's the Memorial Masters. So that'll be our first
Awesome.
annual
That's all
Masters
Masters?
Memorial. All Masters, yep.
40 and up.
Yep, 40 and up.
Women
AM
and-
and pro, men and women,
That's
absolutely, absolutely. So that'll be Memorial Day. July 3rd, we have on tap another Trilogy Challenge. We had over 145 players play our Trilogy Challenge last year with tee times. They could safely distance all that.
Yeah.
So once again, we'll be doing tee times again, early tee times, middle tee times, late tee
Because
times.
that's important for Ponderosa with as much activity as you have.
Absolutely.
Not just counting the 145 disc golfers, but the weekends and weeks have been booked with campers and stuff. So the COVID regulations, you guys are really on top of it to make sure that everyone's safe.
We are, yeah. 2020 was a really rough year, but I do want to say, and just even in the month of June, we did pay to play disc golf out of Ponderosa. We had over 500 players come
Wow.
and play our course.
Wow.
And really, the disc golfers is just giving back to us. And so, man, we feel the disc golf love.
Yeah.
We really
That's
do.
so awesome, man. You know, and that's what we want to hear.
Absolutely.
So you got some flex starts coming up.
Flex starts.
I heard something.
You heard something?
I heard something earlier in production. I was getting makeup done. The makeup.
I
she just
think I
got
heard that too over
Right?
when I was in my room
Okay, so
getting
tell
my
us,
makeup
because
done.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
so-
Sounds like some exciting new
Absolutely.
news being
Is
broken
this
right
breaking
now.
news? This
is
right
breaking
here.
news. Breaking news.
Stop the presses. What do you got?
Breaking news. Yeah, so we are going to be doing a Monday series. We're going to start in April and in May. So April the 12th
April
and May
12th.
the 10th,
May
we're going to be
10th.
doing Monday getaways.
Woo!
Monday getaways. So
what's the Monday getaway?
Monday getaway, Mike, you can come down. The shop doesn't open until late on Mondays, right? You can get a tea time.
Tea time morning.
Yeah, tea time morning, tea time afternoon. We'll be opening up tea times from 8 o'clock, and the last tea time in April will be 4:30. Kyle Harrigan, who you're having on next week, he's my TD.
Thanks
and,
for. Yeah, that was in the outro.
Oh,
Thanks,
sorry. Yeah, so Monday getaways, more opportunities. Three big reasons why. People want to play Ponderosa more.
Yes.
Okay, so we're giving them
That's
that
for
opportunity. We already heard about how fast tournaments feel, so we're giving more opportunities to play tournaments. And then we've heard from the disc golf community as well. Not everybody has weekends off, so we're giving Monday opportunities to come play Monday getaways at Ponderosa at an affordable price.
That's an amazing opportunity, all the way around. I love everything about this, Mike.
I mean, this is what the community's been waiting for. So I think this is pretty exciting, and I'm excited that you shared it on the 19th hole tonight.
Yeah,
appreciate
no
the
doubt.
opportunity.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, Marcus. It has been an honor talking to you tonight, and you know I feel like we're gonna have him on here a couple more times this year.
I
Mike.
hope so.
Everybody, Marcus Rawls, give us some thumbs up. Marcus, before you leave, I want you to go ahead and put out our trivia tonight. Okay, we're gonna give away a free entry
What free?
free entry to any Throw Colorado tournament, excluding the Open at Shining Mountain, which is an all-pro event. Any other tournament throughout the year, we're going to give away a free ticket to that event when the first person answers this question correctly.
First person.
First person to answer this question. Do you remember the question?
I do.
Go ahead.
What was Eagle McMahon's average rating for the 4 rounds at the last tournament there in Las Vegas?
Yep, and you have to answer that question on the 19th hole with Eddie and Mike's Facebook page. If you answer on Marcus's or Flagring's page, which are the other ones up right now, or is it your page?
Whatever. Any of those pages don't count. It has to be on the 19th hole with
19th
Eddie and
hole.
Mike, or
Okay.
that's what we
What was the
check.
question? One more time, Marcus.
Once again, what was Eagle's average round rating for the 4 rounds at the Las Vegas tournament he just played in?
Marcus Rawls, you guys from Ponderosa.
Woo, let's give him a
Retreat
big hand.
Conference Center.
Big hand.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Marcus.
You bet.
And that is how you start the second episode.
I tell you what, buddy, how cool is that?
That's exciting news. All right, let's move on to the long drive, which is going to be our, our world national news.
Yeah,
And there's
we got
nothing
some
really.
exciting. Well, we got some exciting news to talk about.
Las
Vegas. I
All
mean,
right.
who doesn't love Las Vegas? So I thought we'd start by highlighting some of the best casinos.
Yeah. So which one is it? Golden Nugget? I've heard that.
All right, let's just get into it. So obviously, Colorado, our boy, brought
Eagle.
home the gold. I mean, come on. Let's fan. Everybody fan it out for Eagle. That's right. You should see
Yeah.
our audience right now. How rad is that? Eagle, you know we'd love to have you in the show. So
48
please.
down. That's amazing. He took home
48 down.
48 down.
48 down.
He took home $5,500 for that event, Mike.
I thought there was only 18 holes.
There were, one day at a time. We got Colton Montgomery.
I mean, that's super respectable.
It is.
I mean,
It is. And I don't mean to jump out of it. Eagle shot amazing, and I mean when he's throwing discs upside down
yeah.
and putting from under his leg, he felt good. Eagle had a great.
It's going to
great
be an
tournament.
awesome year. I'll tell you what. It is going to be an
It is.
awesome year. Paige Pierce, she took the ladies, started to become kind of a norm, I think, with
Well, it wasn't
25
easy
down.
though. I mean, she kind of.
Oh, I know, and I mean, I'm sure those of you who watched, the first time ever I saw Paige show her emotions in front of the camera, at least, and she's always very calm, cool, and collected. And just for a moment there, I think she showed I'm even human too, and you know,
Hey, all
she
these
screamed
all
and
these
hollered for a second.
All these
and
players are human. I mean,
you're
look
allowed
at,
to do that.
Paul just got that huge contract, and he didn't finish in the top 3. You know what I mean? And so I know that right now he's feeling that pressure, but
He's
It's-
getting a
it's
massage.
Paul
He's not
Macbeth.
feeling that. Come on.
He probably
he's feeling,
isn't
he's
feeling.
feeling a
He's
couple
got a
of
whole-
hands on his
he's
neck.
got a whole season left to prove why he got that contract. So
Anyway, how about our boy Jeff Hungerford?
Jeff Hungerford, 8th place, and then Chris Keener
Keener.
right behind him in the Masters Pro 60. We had Missy Gannon. She was on Team Throwco, maybe Team Fly Green for a while. She ended up taking down 9th place in the women's.
Nice
So-
job, Missy.
So-
I mean, so it's awesome to see Colorado representing in these
Yeah.
tournaments, and these are getting bigger and bigger and bigger as we
Lot
kind
of
of
competition.
break into the season. So, congratulations to all our Colorado players. Congratulations to everybody that participated and did well in this tournament, and we
Yeah.
can't wait to see what's going to happen here in the next week. We're going to Arizona, Eddie. Well, I mean, we're not going.
We're not going. But are we going to DDO?
Well, I mean, I think we just need to do it. We talked about it. It's not that complicated, right?
I mean, I've asked you off camera, but like right now we're in front of our thousands of viewers that hit us up this week, and I'm putting the heat on you, bro.
I think
We
should do
need
it.
to be there.
I think we should
If
do
you
it.
guys want to see the 19th hole with Eddie and Mike live from the DDO,
Does that mean we're going to have some of the awesome professionals that are going to be there playing, maybe, perhaps on the show?
well, look, man, we have an in with Doug Bierkus, and if Doug tells him, I'll stroke you 2 strokes. If you don't go on camera with Eddie and Mike, I'm sure we can get them on the show.
All right, that's what I was kind of
You know what I mean?
2 to 3.
Blackmail is the key,
Yeah,
and that's what we'll do.
good work, Eddie.
That's what I'm doing. Mike, what do you have new in the
Wow,
shop
I tell you
this week?
Let's say I got I don't know I haven't really given any negativity towards Discraft, but they have been running behind and they're all of a sudden they're starting to get caught up. So it's pretty exciting to see. Today in the store we got a brand new delivery from them and they are stepping up their game.
The swirl game is on point.
Just to show, I just grabbed a couple off the shelf here.
Wow.
I don't know how well you can see these, but really in the backs too. They've really brought their game
This one
together.
right here. What is this?
No, which one is that? A Thrasher. Okay, so yeah, so they got the new ESP Undertakers, the Page Pierce Nukes, the ESP Zones, Buzzes, Raptors, Thrashers. But it was exciting to see, and I think in the coming weeks we're going to see more and more from Discraft as they get caught up, and the other manufacturers are getting caught up now.
Yeah.
So if there's a disc you haven't been able to find, soon enough we're going to have it back in the shelves here, guaranteed. And then I thought real quick, let's highlight our new sock line. These are really fun. We got the great ankle socks in black and white, and they say disc golf around them. Really awesome polyester cotton blend on these that hold up and last. Feel great wearing a pair right now. And then of course our boy
bet you are.
our boy Ben over at Fairly Creative Designs. You know, Ben and I collaborate.
Fairly Creative.
We collaborate on a lot of products and projects together. He came up with these 2 awesome pair of socks. So we got the disc golf Star Wars themed Space
Let's see
Wars
this.
socks, and then the basket case socks here. These are pretty fun. And we got them in knee high and crew.
Those are pretty
So
cool.
anyway,
That's like a basket
just
space.
You got it. Just one of the fun things that we got in the new performance line. So
Nice.
come on down and check it out.
I love it. So our community section of tonight's show, interesting. At the Dragon Flex start this past Saturday, there was a gentleman, and I don't have his name right now, so I hope somebody's watching from the Dragon Club. But there was this. He put out these boxes, Mike, at
Okay.
Tournament Central, called borrow boxes. And it had a variety of different manufacturers and different discs from putters to drivers. And you literally could just walk up and borrow this disc from the box and then bring it back. And if you liked it,
You can buy it.
very interesting idea. It just gave you the opportunity to throw other things that you might not throw. You know what I mean? So I really like that idea.
That is kind of
And
cool.
I wanted to shout out to that guy, whoever it was. Again, I apologize for not getting your name, but I appreciate your idea and I appreciate you sharing
That
the
is a
boxes
lot of fun.
and just being able to put them out there and trust the community. To borrow a disc and put it back in.
In disc golf community, you can do that.
You actually can do that in this golf
You
community.
can indeed.
Volunteering is another community project that we need to take serious more than ever at this point because of the number of tournaments that are coming up. We need volunteers.
Yep.
Marcus was up here earlier talking about running tournaments. I guarantee you right now, if you called Marcus and volunteered for one of his events as a spotter or a checker-inner, or whatever it was, he'd probably reward you with a free round out of Ponderosa, at the least.
And honestly,
that's
these-
because volunteers are such an important part of tournaments to make them work.
And these TDs work hard. Let me tell you, the time, effort, thought process, and everything that goes into running a high quality tournament nowadays it involves a team. It takes a team to do it. So please donate your time. Contact the tournament directors. You can do it through Mile High Disc Golf is another great way to
Yeah.
reach out to people. And all these TDs will need your help.
Every single club, and we're all doing more and more and more tournaments. So there's a huge need for volunteers right now. Speaking of volunteering, one thing that I've always said, and I missed it last week, Mike, and I always touch on this. If you're playing around a disc golf and you're at one of these public courses, Village Greens, Johnny Roberts, wherever you might be, if you stop and pick up one candy bar wrapper, it took you 5 seconds. So if you can imagine volunteering 1 hour of time per week to a course, just imagine the impact that you'll have on keeping that course clean. So again, I always stress that. If you see the trash, stop, pick it up.
Yep.
Right?
Pick it
Just
up.
do it. It takes 5 seconds. Pick it up. Makes our courses cleaner. Makes us look responsible. It's going to grow our sport. So
And it makes the course more fun because the next time you go by and play,
You
that
don't have
same
that.
wrapper is not going to be sitting there.
absolutely, Mike. Well, I mean, I know we sped this show up, Mike, but we're trying to, for the viewers,
Hey,
we
look
move
at that
fast.
though. I mean,
What time is it,
You
Mike?
said you wanted to do a 30-minute show, and we're going to do a 30-minute show tonight.
All right.
Unbelievable.
Let's recap the show, Mike. We talked about Eagles win.
Congratulations again, Eagle.
Paige Pierce. We had Marcus Rawls. He dropped the big news. You got
How
Mondays.
exciting was that?
Monday tournament C-tier flex starts coming soon to Ponderosa.
And we'll keep you informed
Marcus
with more
Rawls,
information.
Ponderosa Retreat and Conference Center. Thank you so much for being in-house. Fly Green Disc Golf, thank you, of course, for allowing us to invade your house. You know who we got next week? Who do we got? Tell him, Mike. Just tell him one time.
Do we really have Hulk Hogan?
Kyle Harrigan from the Mile High Disc Golf Club. Hurricane Harrigan coming in. Mile High is a huge club, Mike. Huge. Like every club in Colorado strives to get as big as them.
Yeah, I mean,
And Kyle's sitting in a prime seat running prime events,
yep.
making prime moves. So Kyle, if you're watching, we can't wait to have
Can't
you
wait
next
to
week.
have you, man.
Be ready for 50 questions in 50 seconds.
Whoa.
We're going to throw it down on you. It's going to be random. It's going to be fun. It's going to be informative. From everyone here at the 19th hole, we want to thank Kim for running our cameras in the back, Ben Fairley for the Fairly Creative Designs, Marcus Rawls for being in-house. Until next week, don't forget, what was the question? What was Eagles'
Average round, rated round over 4 rounds this weekend.
Okay? Answer will be on next week's show. Our winner will be revealed, and you get a free entry to any Throw Colorado tournament
Thank
other
you
than the
guys
Open.
so much
Good
for
night,
listening.
guys.
Thank you guys. We'll see you next week. Eddie, good to see you, buddy.
See you on Monday.
It's moving in a very